episode of Mind Matters, where we will be discussing matters of the mind because the mind matters. I'm Alta Marie Elvis, and I want to just thank you for joining me on this mindset journey. So last week we spoke about checking our attitude, and this week I said we're going to continue. And so we're going to part two of checking our attitude. Last week we concluded that our attitude is our choice. You have full control of your attitude. You are in total control of it. The attitude that you give going through circumstances is all up to you. Tonight, we're going to be looking at 7 signs of a great attitude. Do you have a great attitude? Do you believe you have a great attitude? Let's find out. What does it really mean to have a great attitude? You probably have heard the old expression that says, positive persons see the glass as being half full instead of half empty. Well, that's true. But that's just a small part of the story. There are 7 qualities that most persons look for when you're talking about a great attitude. And I've been reading the book, The Success Journey, and by John C. Maxwell, and in it he has seven signs of a great attitude. And the first one we're going to look at is belief in self. Do you believe in yourself? Many people succeed when others believe in them. But rarely do you see a person succeed when he does not believe in himself. So if you don't believe in yourself, it's highly unlikely that you are going to be successful. So you have to have positive self-worth as a part of your prime characteristic. And that shows that you have a good attitude, a great attitude. Anyone who does not believe in themselves expects the worst, not only for him or herself, but also for others. So your outlook on life, your outlook on persons around you is going to be negative because you are not believing in yourself. You're going to think the worst of others. You're going to expect the worst to happen for you and for everybody else around you. If you have low self-confidence, you will more likely have to struggle to focus on anything but yourself, because you will be always worried about how you look, what others are thinking about you, or whether or not you're going to fail. It's difficult. So sometimes we grow up and our backgrounds kind of train us to be a certain way. We're put down a lot, and this kind of gives us that whole mindset of I'm never good enough, or somebody else is better than me. But that is something that you can change. All right, so a person with great positive attitude, with great attitude, is going to be someone who believes in themselves. But when you believe in yourself, you have to focus on improving yourself. And in doing that, you're going to reach your full potential. And when you reach your full potential, then you will find success. And this makes a difference. The Dr. Joyce Brothers said, it's no exaggeration to say that a strong, positive self-image is the best possible preparation for success in life. So success begins with believing in yourself. A great attitude begins with believing in yourself. Number 2, willingness to see the best in others. So a positive person is willing to see the best in others. Positive people have love for other people. When you make the decision to expect the best and look for the good in others instead of the bad, then you're able to see it makes your life a whole lot easier. It makes your whole outlook on life more positive. If you're constantly expecting to see the good in others, it's much easier to maintain a positive attitude. And persons generally rise to meet you at your level when you're expecting them to do well. Because if you are expecting the best out of them, then you letting them know that, okay, this is what I'm expecting, they're going to more than likely rise to the level that you want them to be. So in you thinking positive and expecting the best from people, you're helping people to grow. So it's a part of leadership as well. You're expecting persons, and there's my former boss, the late Pastor Wilbur Outen, always said, inspect what you expect. So when you're expecting things from persons, you want to make sure that you are checking to see whether or not they're living up to the expectations that you have. And if you treat them positively, then they tend to treat you the same way. And if you expect them to get the job done, you show them that confidence that you are expecting. And a lot of times we are, especially as leaders, we ask someone to do something for us, we delegate, and then we hover. We delegate and then we micromanage. That's not showing that. And not even as leaders, I mean, as parents, as friends, you ask somebody to do something and you're telling them exactly, okay, don't do it like that, do it like this, and you're not expecting them to do it well, because you're basically just micromanaging, ensuring that they get it done the way that you want it to get done. You give your instructions at the beginning, and expect, and give them that expectation, show them that confidence that you have in them to get it done. Number 3, somebody with a positive attitude has the ability to see opportunities everywhere. A lot of persons say, well, they haven't been given the same opportunities as somebody else, or I wasn't born with a gold spoon in my mouth. I grew up in the ghetto, or I only grew up with one parent, or I didn't have a father. And they use these as excuses as to why they don't have the opportunity to do what other persons are doing. But no matter your circumstance, positive people see opportunities everywhere. They understand that opportunities aren't based on luck or position. They are based on your attitude, the right attitude. So opportunities exist wherever you find it. All right. So you can find opportunity almost anywhere. And last week I said there's a saying that says there's somebody out there doing exactly what you want to be doing with less than what you have, with less education, with less resources than what you have, but they're doing exactly what you want to do because they have not made any excuses. They were able to take that opportunity that they saw to get what it is that they wanted. In a statement in Success magazine, Lloyd Wise said, I tell my daughter, always say yes, because nothing ever happens to people who say no. Always take that opportunity. It's better to live and have experience than to regret not trying at all. So take that opportunity. I know a lot of times we pray for things and we pray for God to bless us in certain ways. And when the opportunities come, we say, no, that's not for me. Or no, I don't think that's going to work. How do you know if it's going to work if you haven't tried it? Say yes. And then if it doesn't work, then you would have tried it. All right. Then that can be very good business advice. It's obvious that she, Miss Wise, believes that there is opportunity to seize anywhere. The opportunity is just waiting to be seized. Number 4, the fourth sign that you have a positive attitude. You are able to focus on solutions. Persons with positive attitudes are able to focus their time and attention on solutions and not problems. we tend to complain a lot. And in complaining, we are just talking about our problems. Oh, this is not going right. That's not going right. Oh, this didn't happen the way that I wanted it to happen. My husband didn't this, or my child is not like that. And we talk about our problems and we complain about these problems instead of looking at, okay, how is it that I'm going to solve this problem? Yes, problems are going to happen, but positive persons with a positive attitude are able to find a solution. They're able to find the solution for problems that are happening. Just about anybody can see problems. Anybody can pick up on a problem. That doesn't take anything special. But positive people maintain a solution mindset, seeing a solution in every problem and a possibility in every impossibility. And Lloyd Brandy said, most of the things worth doing in the world had been declared impossible before they were done. So if it hasn't been tried, if it hasn't been done before, persons are going to see that it's impossible until somebody gets it done. Will you be the person to get something done that somebody thought was impossible? Number 5, a positive person with a positive mindset has the desire to give. And you may ask, what does giving have to do with a great attitude? Rarely do you ever see somebody who has a generous spirit with a negative attitude. I don't know. I'm trying to think about it, but I can't think of anybody who is, constantly giving, who is generous with their time, with their money, with their effort, with whatever it is that they have. That I'm yet to find somebody who is negative and generous at the same time. Nothing has much positive impact on people as giving to others. People who have a giving spirit are some of the most positive people I know, because giving is the highest level of living. They focus their time and energy on what they can give to others rather than what they can get from them. And we live in a society where everybody wants to get. It's all about me. What is it that you can give me? What is it that you're offering me? It's rarely, okay, let me sacrifice, or let me give to someone else, or let me see how I can help. And even if they do that, there's always, most persons have this thing, okay, if I do this for you, what are you going to do for me? All right, but that is not having a positive attitude. Giving without expecting anything in return is a positive attitude. It doesn't matter how little you have or how much you have. You always have something to give, whether it's your time, whether it's your money, whether it's a smile or a hug, whether it's coming on here to give some positive nuggets to persons, to help uplift people, whatever it is. No matter what it is that you have or think you don't have, you always have something to give. It's not about what you have that makes a difference. It's what you do with what you have. And that's totally based on your attitude. Number 6, and this is one that I'm struggling with. This is one that I'm struggling with because all week this week, this song has been playing in my head. I'm going to try and sing it. No, I'm not going to try and sing it. Today, I don't feel like doing anything. I just want to lay in my bed. So this week has been a week that I've just been not wanting to do anything, not wanting to push through. I don't know if maybe because I was a little under the weather. So I just had the energy to do nothing. I didn't want to do anything. But number 6 is persistence. You have to continue, you have to push through. Even today, doing this live, I did not want to do this live today. Number 1, I have a massive headache going on, and as I said, this week just has been a struggle week for me. But I said, you know something, I've committed to do it to doing this. So let me come on. Doesn't matter what's happening, doesn't matter how I'm feeling. I'm gonna come and I'm gonna push through and I'm gonna get this one done. All right. So you have to be persistent. Many people fail in life because they believe in the saying that goes, if you don't succeed, try something else. But what if Thomas Edison gave up after his first try of trying to create the light bulb? Or maybe what if he had given up on the 299th time that he tried to create the light bulb, that he tested the light bulb? He tried over 3,000 times. All right, what if Michael Jordan gave up after he was kicked off his high school basketball team for not being any good? What if he went and he did something else or tried something else? Then we wouldn't have known the Michael Jordan that we know today as the king of basketball. All right, so when you are after something and you believe that this is your purpose, you believe that this is what God has called you to do, or this is a part of your process, giving up shouldn't come easily if you have a positive attitude. These characteristics, the ability to stick with it, to overcome discouragement and to keep going in the face of disappointment, all of these are as a result of having a good attitude. When you have a positive attitude, it is easier to be persistent. When you believe everything will turn out for the best, you don't mind a little discomfort. You're going to push through. You're going to get through the discomfort. You're going to get through the trials. You're going to get through the obstacles because your positive mindset plays an important role. And last but definitely not least, let me just check to see if I'm missing anything on Facebook. Yes, thank you, Gia. Done is better than perfect. You know, a lot of times we don't want to do things because we're expecting to be perfect, and I'm guilty, 100% guilty, because I try to ensure that everything that I do is perfect. But you know, let's not strive for perfection. We have to strive to get things done. Let's strive for perfection, but in the event that you're not able to get things done perfectly, just get it done. And that's what I'm doing tonight. I'm getting it done um, with a positive attitude. And number seven, as I said last, but certainly not least, you have to be able to take responsibility for your lives. A person with a positive attitude is able to take responsibility for their lives. Unsuccessful people duck responsibility. They try to place responsibility on somebody else. They place blame on other persons instead of taking responsibility for what's happening in their lives, for taking responsibility for their attitudes. Oh, she caused me to do this. Or this is the reason I'm having this kind of attitude. This person caused me to have this kind of attitude. Persons with a great attitude takes responsibility for their lives. So when you're willing to step forward and take full responsibility for your thoughts and for your actions, then you know that you have a great attitude. Only when you're responsible for yourself can you take a look at yourself honestly and assess your strengths and your weaknesses and begin to change. Remember last week I said you are in charge of your attitude. Your attitude is solely up to you. Check your attitude. Take a step back. Evaluate yourself. Check your attitude. Do you portray these signs of a great attitude? I know I have a few, but not all. Still working on some. So check yours. Evaluate yourself. And if it is that you are lacking in any, join me next week when we will look at how to get your attitude in tip-top shape. All right, so next week we're going to be looking at how to get your attitude in tip-top shape. How are we going to get our attitudes to where we want it to be? A dream without a positive attitude produces a daydreamer. A positive attitude with a dream produces a pleasant person who cannot progress. A dream, let me make sure I said that correctly. A dream without a positive attitude produces a daydreamer. A positive attitude without a dream produces a pleasant person who cannot progress. And a dream plus a positive attitude produces an ultimate possibilities, produces ultimate unlimited possibilities and potential. Adjust your attitude, and that's all up to you. Adjusting your attitude is all up to you. Thank you so much for viewing, and I will see you next week as we continue on this mindset journey to success. Enjoy your week, and may God continue to bless each and every one of you and your families. Remember, check your attitude, change your mindset, change your lives. What's on your mind?